Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai haramai. Welcome to Active Live here on radioactive.fm. Big thanks going out, of course, to NZ On Air Music. Today, I am so ecstatic to be joined by an absolute icon of Aotearoa music, the one and only.
I want a K to the I to the N to the G. I want an H to the O to the M to B. Oh, sorry, it's just King Homeboy here.
Amazing. Gosh, we're so lucky to have you. Thank you so much for being here, homeboy. It's so great to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you for having me. Like, I'm always honoured when I come back here because I've had such a rich history with this station, over the years. But yeah, I won't chat on too much because we don't have much time.
Oh, we love it. And no, I think you've got such a rich history with Wellington in general. Wellington is so lucky to have you as an artist and have you as an icon of Wellington culture.
Oh man, I think I'm the lucky one to be born at the time I was in a place like Wellington, especially in a place like Newtown, and to come through the way I have, But yeah, like I said, I won't talk too long.
We love it. Well, I do want to touch on that briefly because I did want to ask, I have seen you mention, and I think it would be quite cool to hear, or for Wellingtonians to hear, kind of how you first discovered your talents. I hear that you were sick with a cold, and then, do you want to talk a bit about that for us?
Okay,
Start off?
I'll simplify this, but yeah. So back when I was younger, back in my younger days, 1998, I went to St. Patrick's College in Kilburn, along at the same time with Pua Makasiva, rest in peace, Jerry Collins, rest in peace. I was fifth form, or year 11, for all you English folk out there. I was sick, and it was either June or July. It was winter, and it was we call it your typical Wellington winter day. To everybody else, it'd be like, oh my God, it's really cold here. So I was living at Calibre Road in Miramar, and I was just at home by myself. And back then, we had fireplaces in our houses. So same with us. And I had the flu, and I was waiting for, because back then state TV didn't start until 12 o'clock, lunchtime. So until then you had to listen to I don't know what music they put on there, or watch teletext, until TV actually started. Now, as I was waiting, I started coughing like this. Now, I'm only acting, so don't worry. I don't have that C word, okay?
No.
Just be through this. Come on. We're all friends now. Come on. So I was just coughing away. Then all of a sudden, this next moment happens. That sound came out. And then I was a few seconds later, I was like, tss. And then the next sound was, and then I was like, tss, tss. Just pause for a few seconds. Then after that, I was like, nah, whatever. I've just played and all that. But after that moment, my curiosity got the best of me, and just to shorten this bit, I researched on it, and back then Google had just, the Google that everyone uses now, Google had just hit its 1 millionth hit search, which is, if you compare that to today, that's like one grain of sand in a beach that's 90 miles long now. It had just gone past that milestone. So trying to find beatboxing at all was just you might as well just pray to God. It was nowhere on the internet because it was start up the internet, had to use a phone and all that, and I had to find it through various books, and I found it under what I saw was vocal percussion, and from there on, the world of beatboxing just opened up, and it was the beginning. That was the beginning of a pretty awesome career when I look back on it. Just from meeting people and the places I've been around the world with, being overseas and all that. It's been beautiful, and I'm so happy that I'm still living it because it's just been amazing. I never thought that was going to take me, but I believed in it. I really believed in it. So.
Definitely. You took the words right out of my mouth there. It is something truly beautiful that you started in that moment. And you've gone on to have such a prolific career. 6-time New Zealand champion, world record holder for the longest beatboxing marathon.
Yeah.
Some incredible accolades there. And with such an informed perspective, I'd love to hear from you how you yourself see the current state of the beatboxing industry, community, however you would describe it.
Oh, well, first to start off that, I'd like to make a big shout out to New Zealand Beatbox, who have carried on the beatboxing art form and the community as well. Shout out to all the previous champions over the last few years. So there's Quickzoo, that's Ollie Lee, and Ollie Lee again. But and every other beatboxer out there in New Zealand. For a while, there was the status of the New Zealand beatboxing scene was just me by myself. It was just me. Everybody else had, prior, because there was a beatboxing community back in the mid 2000s that was real huge, and I don't know why, but they all grew up and they all just went their own way and then had families, and I was still able to carry on with Omega Supreme. Carry that all the way through to now, with the relaunching of the New Zealand Beatboxing Championship, because there was none between the last time I won, which was 2012, all the way to 2019, which was held at Thistle Hall here in Wellington. I was happy that was held on my birthday, so I was just smiling the way that the community got back together again. And then, they're flourishing. Like there's some new young ones out there, like Crispy Beatbox from Auckland. He's heading the through up there. Also Maceo. He's from Masterton. He's definitely making waves out there. He was here last week. And then also organisers like Alex Armstrong in Hamilton, who's, sorry, do the shameless plug. He's doing an event in the Hamilton on the 29th of February at the Nevada Lounge with 3 of the top world beatbox champions who are going to be there. One of them was... Shit, I'm gonna get shot for this. I just went blank. Is Foxglove, and there's 2 others as well. But they're traveling in New Zealand at the moment. But from its humble beginnings, and its transformation coming from the streets all the way now to being professional, and also technology able for us to communicate, things that I wish I had when I was younger, but they're utilising it now, and it's cool, going on Messenger in the group chat, and they can just leave audio tracks of them beatboxing or video files of them beatboxing, and everybody else can join in and have a critique about it, or have ideas, exchanging. That's so cool. Unlike back in the early 2000s when we used dial-up internet, and it took like between 30 minutes to 5 hours just to download a 2.5-minute audio track at like the lowest quality. We're far removed from that. Some of the cousins at the back there who agreed with that too. We all remember that. Someone pick up the phone, towards it, you'd start all over again. And you had to run out of the house. Who picked up the phone? I was downloading. Oh, no, it wasn't me. Out the door you go, running down the road, Yeah. But it is getting healthier, and it was sort of a bit hard for me, but I knew exactly what I was doing by stepping back myself and not having too much of a spotlight, for the yes, I do represent New Zealand when it comes to beatboxing. At the same time, I'm trying to push other profiles out there more rather than me, because I've been there, done that, and I can hold my own. These other ones, they have the talent and they have their own personality, individual personality to hold their own. They just need someone to just go through there. And I'm just at the background like a old sensei, like Naruto sort of thing. It's like, oh, but you're the strongest in the universe. It's like, but I'll just watch back from me. I want them to grow, because if I step in, they'll never grow,
It's a beautiful sentiment. What advice do you have for young people who are up and coming in the beatboxing community?
get a hold of New Zealand beatbox. If not, just keep searching for other New Zealand beatboxing communities out there. There's heaps of pages online. There's Discords, there's Facebook, there's Messenger, there's Instagram, there's TikTok. We're everywhere. If you're really, really unsure, you're really, really shy, just come to me. Just find me. Just type in King Homeboy. You'll see all my socials as well. I get messages from random people, but a lot of people get real scared because they know it's me, and they're like, because they'll be like, oh, shoot, you're too good. And it's like, no, I'm not here for that. It's like, if you like beatboxing, I want to help you out. I'm gonna I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna be sugarcoating it. It's be like, here, you want it, here.
Totally.
So also just enjoy yourself. Don't, just like everything else, don't be scared of making mistakes. If everyone does it, that's how you learn. If you're not making a mistake, or if you're not trying, then you'll never know how your potential. And also it's just back in the days. I think if all the attention-seeking paradigm gets a bit too much for you, just do what I do. Just beatbox because you're having fun, just down the street by yourself, just you and your friends. That's it. That's how we started. Just walking down the street, one of the bros will start dropping some lines, and they'll be like, "Yo, man, and then I'll jump. It's like, Eminem, and right, oh, sort of thing. And it's just us just walking down Newtown, Miramar, Kandala, Parirua, Hutt Valley, anywhere. You can do that. You don't need a device for that, So, but yeah, that's what I say. So
That's beautiful. And I can speak from experience. For someone with such immense talent, you are such an approachable person in the community. I really value that.
Well, unless if you don't know me, then people get the wrong idea. But that's on them, not on you. So if you don't know me, that's all right. If you think you know me, but you really don't know me, come on, man, you should know better.
Yeah, true that. I want to ask a bit more about that, but I think we should get into some music now.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us some of that talent we've been talking about?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's like, you got to show what you say. It's like, okay, fine. What? So, yeah, here I go then. So we say hello, everyone. King Homeboy here, live and direct at Radio News. About to say radio other station, Radioactive, okay?
That's the one.
I'm just going to give you some sounds that I just thought of right about now. This wasn't prepared earlier, but I'm just going to give you something. Here we go.
Pick upon the baseline, pick upon the bass, alright. Pick upon the bass and chime, pick upon the baseline, pick upon the pick upon the bass and chime, alright. Bass,
Absolutely incredible right here on 88.6. The man himself, the one and only King Homeboy. Kia ora, that was so amazing. Thank you.
Wet hand. I said it too loud. Sorry.
Amazing. Hey, it's part of the job, you know. Now, in that, you kind of showcase such a diverse and incredible range of sounds that you can make with your voice as your instrument. Talk us through the process of creating a sound and a new sound for yourself. Do you often find newness like randomly in the sounds that you're making, or how do you go about that?
Well, I come from, coming from growing up through hip hop culture, where a lot of old heads would agree on this, that back then we used to try and make things sound unique to ourselves, so that when people heard us or hear us, they do straight away say, that's King Homeboy, yeah, we know that sound, that's him. And yeah, so I come from that culture of trying not to sound like somebody else, even if somebody else's sound sounded way better or sounded more applicable in any of the ideas or any of the beatboxing that I was doing. My habit is not to use them, not out of disrespect, but out of respect for them coming up, going through the process of coming up with a new sound that I didn't think of myself. So I come from that age where we used to give that out of respect, and that's how people knew who we were. But now these days, everybody's exchanging information everywhere. So, of course, now and then I'll pick up like a new sound, which has been around for about, 10 years or something. It's like, I'll just use that then. But there's still some people who will still be like, oi, that's not yours. I know who did that. And it's like, yes, I know that belongs to him, or that belongs to her. I'm not gonna discredit and say, hey, that I've created that. It's more like, hey, I'm just using this for this idea. So when it comes to like making something up just like them, it's not just what comes first to my head. It's also what I feel like is appropriate to whatever beat I'm doing, rather than be just like, I just put this here, put that there, and I'm still not happy with it. It's like, whatever I do now is hopefully I can do better the next time. But I'm not gonna downplay whatever I did, sort of thing. And as for looking for a new sound, like I'm old school. I will sit there for ages until I blooming get it. Like just a quick story. When I finally got the copper kettle whistle. Now, for those who don't know what a copper kettle is, just think of a jug, a hot jug, but just an old school one where you put it on top of a stove, and when it boils, it makes this high whistle sound. Now, first time I heard what it was in the track "Express Yourself" by NWA. It's in the back there the whole time.
Absolute classic, that.
And just to give you an example of what it sounds like, I'm just going to do it. Hopefully I can get it right. It sounds like this. So
Literally perfect. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I could do a better than that, but anyway, perfection. Don't chase it. I sat there for hours, just trying to get that right, and if I didn't get it right the night before, I got back up after school, came back and tried to sit down, try to get it, keep going, until I was sick of it, and that's when I finally got it. The old way, So that's how I come up with new sounds. But if somebody else has already done it and they've already made a lot of like attention on it, I'm not good at following trends. not because I don't like it, it's because it's like, hey, they created it.
I'd argue that you start trends rather than follow them.
Well, it'd be nice if I could start a trend. I'm more like just, hey, I'm just trying to be the best me now. There used to be an old saying where when people used to say to me, "Oh, you should be famous," and I always say to them, "So I don't want to be famous. I want to be a legend." Famous people, I believe, famous people they work so hard to the bone, sort of thing. Sorry, the skinny bit deep, but yeah.
No, I love it.
They work so hard to the bone in order to impress people who have no idea what they're doing. And yet, legends are the ones who can easily express who they are and be comfortable with who they are, even when it's the bad times as well. Those are legends. Those are the ones who, I believe, have personality because they're actually expressing themselves as them. They're not pretending to have this persona. They really are them, Like, that's Michael Jackson. That's Prince. That's how they are outside, That's the ultimate warrior. That's how he is like outside. And this is me, This is me, face paint on, off, in my merch with my logo on my back. I'm still me, At home, on the stage, in the studio, on TV. This is me, and that's what I hope for, like other artists who get so scared of expressing who they really are and in fear of missing out on opportunities. If you miss out on an opportunity because certain people don't like who you are, there's heaps others out there. You don't have to just go for that. There's other ways of getting there, and it's been shown. But yeah, sorry about that. But that's sidetracked. So far from the question. So
no, I think that's really beautiful, and I think that touches on a question I have for you as well, where I think you are one of the most authentic and arguably one of the kindest performers in Aotearoa music. You give so much time and space to people. Do you have a specific life philosophy or mantra or whatever you want to call it that you live by to achieve that ability?
If you see my posts online, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, a lot of my posts end with this catchphrase, which is live life, live long, live well. That's one of my that's one I've had for many years. I always end my Facebook posts on that, and I mean it because urban life can really make us forget, to do that, because of course we got bills to pay, we got to work hard, got to make money in order to make the bills to pay, and also trying to have fun at the same time while doing it. We forget how to live and what life is as well. Too busy worrying about too many bad things out there. It's like, yes, we could get killed by this. Yes, that could get us. Yes, that could get that. Meanwhile, we're forgetting that we're still alive. And someone else could have it worse. So live life, live long, live well. And that's my humble blessing to anyone that's listening to me too. That's one of them. The other one is this one, which I hopefully be able to print out very soon. I call now for those who are religious. Now I'm not trying to be preachy out here, but oh, actually, let's put it this way. Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He has a T-shirt called Austin 316, which says I just kicked your. Now, I have one called Homeboy 777, which goes like this. There are billions of others out there, but there's only one you. Be good at being you, because only you know who you really are.
That's beautiful.
Homeboy 777.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Gosh, gorgeous words to live by from a person who, really encapsulates those gorgeous qualities. That's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Truly lovely. Yeah. Now, I could talk to you for days, but I'm aware that we're on a time schedule here. I wanted to ask you, because we're so lucky to have you back for a second year in a row on our Newtown Fest lineup.
Oh, yeah. I'm, sorry to sort of blabber on, but,
no, it's not blabbering on.
It's like, I'm a born and bred, I'm born and bred in Newtown, and when I was a kid, Newtown Park Flats is where my childhood is. So
shout out. So
shout out to Newtown Park Flats. So where the stage is, right there on the roundabout, just before Mansfield Street, and see the actual unit that I was in is the first one that's right behind the stage. It's like a big huge sort of circle for me, because. I'm just going to say this, because for those who don't know my life story, when I was born deaf, and I used to get picked on a lot, and my mum, God bless her now, she her and Dad were always, they had their frustrations because I couldn't hear, and it wasn't until I was 7 that I could hear, and that's when I could finally start talking. But like Dad now and then when we have conversations about how my life has turned out to be, he gets a tear in his eye because he used to be so frustrated that I couldn't hear him. Now I've ended up becoming this a beatboxer of all things. Starting from being as one of my friends used to say, I'm the reverse version of Beethoven.
Well, yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. Actually, definitely a virtuoso,
And another side thing, when I first, after my operation, when I could finally hear, the first song I ever heard, just to cut things short, the first song I ever heard in my life was Kylie Minogue's song "I Should Be So Lucky."
Oh, what? That is some cosmic things going on right there, eh?
I know, it's just like yep.
That's
got
me. That's incredible. What an amazing full circle moment it's going to be having you perform again in front of the place you grew up and in front of the place where you started doing what you do.
Oh yeah, and especially that corner, because that was the first dairy I went to.
Really? Amazing.
Yeah, holding my hand when I first went to when I was going to Kohanga Reo in Island Bay. It's that base is no longer there. They moved it, but I used to go to Island Bay for Kohanga Reo, and then just like most Polynesian and Māori parents, there's no money in talking te reo Māori. If he wants a good job, he has to talk English. So he put me into St. Anne's, But hey, I'm not regretting that, I still have lifetime friends from there,
Beautiful.
And that's just the way, they didn't know. They didn't know. It was the 80s, But, here I am. Here I am, still alive.
Doing amazingly as well. It's very, very cool. We're so looking forward to having you on. Now, we should do one more performance, but before you go, I wanted to ask what your favourite Newtown Festival memory is, having been a part of Newtown culture your whole life.
There's so many of them.
I can imagine.
I'll pick one. Because I won't pick any of my ones yet, because I'm going to keep coming back, as a solo. But when I was part of Omega Supreme, we performed down Wilson Street, the Wilson Street stage. It was 2008, and and it was hot. You know, we started late. Wasn't our fault because there was some technical difficulties, and we finally started, and like even before then, like while we were doing our sound check, everyone was just sitting on the ground who knew about us, and because they were sitting on the ground, then people came out, and, you know, because it was the last for that year, it was the last stage to be going, you know, doing live performances. And that's when my siblings actually first saw us, you know, live, you know, all together. You know, they seen us one at a time, but they never seen us all together. Especially my older brother. He never seen us live, and yeah, there was a part when we were just rocking in the crowd, the whole street just go, you know, like Wellington battery carter sort of thing, you know, you know. And I went out to the crowd, and my siblings were there, and I just hugged them and all that, you know, and then they were happy and all that, and that's when they finally got it, you know, they finally got what I was doing, and it was right there, and they felt the Newtown vibe as well, that they're young, because I'm the youngest, I'm the youngest of 6, so they all felt it, you know, because they're all artistically talented in their own ways as well. But yeah, just their performance was one that really sticks in my head until I make one myself.
Until the next one, yeah, a gorgeous memory from 30 years of incredible Newtown Fests in general.
Yeah, and I'm just happy I'm part of it. You know, like every time when I was living in Auckland between 2013 and 2019, I talked so much about Newtown Festival when everyone else was talking about the. Talking about festival at the waterfront, and I used to say to them, hey, you know, if you can't afford to go there, when you come to this one, it's a big street party, and they're thinking, it's just a street party. Yeah, it's probably just small, right? It's like 80,000 people, huh?
Literally the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm pretty sure. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna contest it, but yeah, I'm not gonna contest it.
Oh, amazing. It's going to be such an incredible day, and I have to say it is an absolute honour talking to you today, homeboy. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Man, I feel like doing like a 3-hour version of this.
I know,
but we
we
don't have
should.
the resources for that. So.
When we have time, please come back, because I'd love to ask you so many more questions. I love talking to you.
Yes, please. It's
Wonderful.
like, if we have to do it in a smaller booth, please.
Amazing. Now, we're heading off with another track?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Another one. So, I'll sit. I was about to say sit up for it. What are you sitting up? I'll just stand up.
Amazing.
Anyway, Radioactive, Wellington, live, King Homeboy. Here's my second take. You know what? Just trying to go through all my sound libraries in my mind here.
Yeah, fair enough. Take a moment. We'll do a big thank you to NZ On Your Music, who help us out with this one here, and a huge thank you to you, King Homeboy, for joining us. It's so great having you here.
That's what it will sound like soon.
That's what it's going to sound like at Newtown Fest.
Oh man, just eat some fried bread and some pancakes. Yum, and some ice cream. Anyway, making me hungry. Can't eat my. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway.
Cut it. Okay,
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In the studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.